What up, guys? Welcome to the Running the Ropes podcast. I'm your host, as always, Kalo, here to give you the lowdown on all things wrestling, and I'm joined by my co-host and a special guest today.
Heyo.
Hey, what up, guys? Amanda's going to be doing some of my predictions. Maybe one, maybe two.
Maybe one or two. So for this, we're going to be giving our predictions for WWE Hell in a Cell, streaming live this Sunday on the WWE Network, and it's the first pay-per-view. I'm going to start the road to WrestleMania now. This is where you're getting into your car to go to WrestleMania. You're filling up your car with gas. You're going to get there, get some snacks to 7-Eleven to the road to WrestleMania, you know?
Well, we know Roman's going to be holding that title to WrestleMania, so.
So let's not get into that match yet. We're going to actually get into the first match of the night, which is the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions being on the line with your current champions, The New Day versus Rusev Day. So this match has the potential to finally crown Rusev as a champion in WWE again.
I think Aiden English is going to turn
Rusev, heel.
But I do want Rusev. I went with Rusev last time at Mania with my heart. But, I'm going to go with New Day.
You're going to go with the New Day. So here's my reasoning behind this. I'm going to go Rusev Day. But for the only reason because is Rusev Day finally reunited. I'm using air quotes here. They were toying with the idea that maybe Rusev turns heel on Aiden English, and they have a falling out, and they fight in a singles match. Now, they just recently reformed this team. They recently just got back together. Now, I think it's time that they give the fans what they want, and they want Rusev Day as champions. So I'm going to go with Rusev Day for your SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, beating the New Day at Hell in a Cell. So the next match on the card is the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, who are the current champions, versus The Shield, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose.
I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
You think it's going to be them?
They just won the title. There's no way they're going to take it off from them.
Yeah, so...
You never know with Seth Rollins.
Crossfed Jesus.
You're
biased about that.
Yeah,
You're biased for Seth Rollins.
Are you Shield? You a Shield gal?
You don't like
Seth Wow. Hot take alert here on the Running the Ropes podcast.
I never liked Seth Rollins.
You never liked Seth Rollins. Now, the funny part about this is they reunited as the Shield a few weeks ago. Was it a few weeks ago? It was right after SummerSlam. So there was that. Now, Seth Rollins hasn't been seen with the Intercontinental title in that amount of weeks. Has he come out on Raw with the belt? No. So I don't think here they're going to give him the tag team championships. I don't. I think that Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre are going to retain. Now, the one forgotten note about this feud is the Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre were supposed to beat the Revival, or they were in a match. The Revival was in a tag team title match a few weeks ago on Raw. Baron Corbin said if they weren't going to make the match, then he'll put them two in the spot. So what Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre did was they beat up the Revival backstage. They got the title shot, and now they have the titles. Do you think this is time to turn the Revival turn them face, and then have them go for the tag team championships and rally behind a whole tag team division to give them the support to go, hey, we'll defend you. You go get the tag team championships, and you bring back tag team wrestling.
You can't see the Revival as a face. You can't see DIY as a heel. You can't see Revival as a face. I think the Revival are going to cost the match. I think they're going to beat up Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins when they're about to win the title, and then attack Drew McIntyre. And then at the next pay-per-view or Super Showdown, have a three-way tag team match.
So my personal opinion is I can see the Revival not as face, but I can kind of see them as in-betweeners like the Shield was when they beat up Braun Strowman. It's a heel move, but they're still face. In this case, they'll be heel still, but they'll still be going after the tag team championships, and because now everyone hates Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. So that'll be a thing where the crowd can get behind the Revival. I'm still a fan of the Revival, even when they debuted. You've seen the pop they got. They have that potential, and I think they can run with it. So we're going to be moving on to the next match, which is a mixed tag team match between Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. A match, I guess it's just here, you know?
Miz and Maurice.
You got Miz and Maurice?
Because Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella were looking strong at the end of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Miz and Maurice.
So...
Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan.
Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. I I think it's time because you gave Miz the win at SummerSlam. You gave Miz. Did they have another match? No. This will be their second meeting. Air quotes here. Second meeting. With is Total Bella still a thing?
Yes.
Is it premiering soon, or did it already premiere?
I think it already premiered.
It already premiered, but is there like a season finale coming up, you think?
I'm not sure, but if I've been looking at it in the real life perspective because Brie Bella and Maurice both had babies. Since Birdie was born, Brie Bella has been constantly in the gym trying to get back into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video today of Brie Bella and Maurice, a little sneak peek there on Instagram. Maurice looks like she hasn't been training at all.
Yeah, and the Bellas had like a rough match on Raw where they missed marks. They kind of like botched a few things. But again, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella are always cemented as one of the top women's wrestlers in the WWE. I think that Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are going to pull out a win, but I don't think this is the end between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. I think this is a match we'll revisit down the line, but as the two men going at it. Singles, maybe at WrestleMania, maybe for a title.
Maybe Survivor Series?
Survivor Series. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be the end of that feud. So we're going to be moving on to the next match, which is going to be, I think is going to have it's going to be a show stealer in my opinion. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match. Now, this is Jeff Hardy's first time in Hell in a Cell. Who would have thought?
There was like a couple years ago, Jeff said in an interview if he would retire, he would face The Undertaker at WrestleMania in a Hell in a Cell. So I think he's going to face Randy. He's going to do a Swanton Bomb off top of the cell because he still wanted to do that to The Undertaker. And I think this is going to be the end of Jeff Hardy. So I think it's going to be Randy Orton. You write off Jeff. Because you have Randy as a brand new heel.
Yeah.
The only three letters you need to know. You could call him the Legend Killer. You could call him the Viper. You could just those three dangerous letters in the WWE.
So I think that Randy Orton's going to win here at Hell in a Cell. But you said they're going to kill off Jeff Hardy or write him off. Do you think this is the time we get Willow in the WWE? Do you think that maybe Jeff goes through his kind of broken sort of transformation into Willow, who was a character in TNA?
Well, it wasn't just in TNA. That was his own character.
His own thing.
Yeah, so I don't know if WWE will, because, broken Matt Hardy was Matt Hardy's character, like
Alter
how Willow
ego.
is Jeff. So they might change it up a little bit. I want to see Willow. I always wanted to.
Yeah.
So maybe. But I'm seeing Randy. That'd be a cool idea. Maybe Royal Rumble, Willow comes out. Yeah. Kind of like the Sting persona kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go with which Jeff does copy Sting because he's a big fan of Sting. Yeah. But so I think it's going to be Randy Orton.
You're going to pick Randy Orton? I'm going Randy Orton as well. So we're going to be moving on to the next match on the card, which is your Raw Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey, who is your current champion, versus Alexa Bliss. Now, recently, the WWE Evolution card has been leaked.
Is this inside a Hell in a Cell match or no?
This is not inside Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
The match card was leaked for Evolution or Evolution, however you want to pronounce it, however they want to pronounce it. Ronda Rousey on the card is billed as your Raw Women's Champion.
Subject to change.
Subject to change. Take that with a grain of salt. Versus Nikki Bella. Alexa Bliss is supposed to go one-on-one with Trish Stratus. Stratusfaction. Do you think that they're going to take the title off Rousey this fast? I thought that if you're going to do it early, you're going to want to roll with it till WrestleMania.
Well, if you're taking the belt off Ronda, you got to make her look strong still. You have to have Alexa Bliss have like a cheeky win, have like a roll-up or a count-out, Alexa Bliss running away from Ronda, not keeping the title, 5 Feet of Fury. I got to go with Alexa Bliss. I should have won with her at the Money in the Bank when she won it. Didn't go with my heart. I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss on this one.
You're going Alexa Bliss. You guys are both going Bliss.
5 Feet of Fury.
I've looked at WrestleManias and Raws with
Rousey.
My boyfriend with Rousey in it. She did not do too hot her first debut. She did not do so hot. Alexa Bliss has been putting her all into everything.
Yeah, and I think that for Evolution, you're gonna want to sell tickets. They're obviously sold tickets now.
But they're having trouble selling out.
They're having trouble selling out. Alexa Bliss as your Raw Women's Champion going against Trish Stratus in a title match. That is a big selling point. Now, Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella with the title on the line, that's also a big selling point because Nikki Bella is not only an influence inside of WWE, she's also established herself outside of the ring. So in this case, I'm going to go Ronda Rousey retaining her title. Because I feel like if you're going to invest in Ronda Rousey, you're going to want to make her a champion, and you're going to want to make her a champion for a long time. They already screwed it up with Asuka. Because Asuka was supposed to be an undefeated force. She was supposed to win at WrestleMania. They switched it. And I think that now Asuka is kind of just floundering about in the SmackDown Live women's division. So I think that they're not going to want to screw up Ronda Rousey, especially how much they invested in her. So speaking of SmackDown Live, we're going to move on to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match between Charlotte Flair, who is your current women's champion, versus Becky Lynch. This match is very interesting. Not only for the fact Charlotte Flair could drop the title here, because then you can give Becky Lynch her win. She's doing great as a heel.
Even though everybody wants her as a face.
Yeah, I was about to say heel in their eyes, but face in everyone else's eyes. Charlotte going into Evolution, I didn't see her match, who she was going against. I don't remember. But regardless of the fact, Becky Lynch isn't billed as the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Again, card subject to change. Do you think that they put the title on Becky Lynch at Hell in a Cell?
Yep.
You think they're going that route? Do you see, this is the problem I'm having too. You want Becky Lynch as a heel champion. Do you want her to go against Asuka down the line? And that's how they crown Asuka. Yeah.
That'd be a great match. Or you can have either Sasha or Bayley win the Royal Rumble and then go to SmackDown and face Becky.
That's true.
Bayley versus Becky, Sasha versus Becky.
Yeah, so... But then there's always this is like Charlotte Flair's John Cena now. There's always that thing like Charlotte Flair's always a safe bet.
What? The thing is, though, Charlotte has, 6 title reigns under her belt?
Yeah, she's up there already.
So, you can have her go to Raw and face Ronda if Ronda wins the title at Hell in a Cell or wins it again at the Royal Rumble, and have Charlotte versus Ronda, because that's been planning at WrestleMania. So I think Becky's going to win.
They're also planning the 4 horsewomen match of the WWE, the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA. So there's always that possibility at Survivor Series. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch winning the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. So we're going to be moving on to the WWE Championship match, which is between AJ Styles, who's your current WWE champion, versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, Wendy.
Oh
my God. This has been the best character yet of Joe. He's been creepy. He's been playing mind games. And, it's great. They had a great match at SummerSlam. The way they ended it was great. And they're going to go 2 more times, one at Super Showdown and then at SmackDown 1000.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they're trying to have AJ hold the title a little bit longer because he did win it before Survivor Series. So break that 300 for 400, whatever, how long AJ CM Punk had it. But I think maybe it's going to, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Phenomenal, but Joe, you know what? I think AJ's going to win. Because a lot of people like Joe in the back. People are saying he's doing great back. People are rooting for him. Mr. McMahon likes him. And that's a good sign. I don't know. Amanda, Joe or AJ? Just.
I love Samoa Joe's work as a heel. He's getting really into it. Yeah. The fans are getting into it. AJ Styles is getting into it too. Yeah. But these are just 2 guarantees. These guys will definitely put on a great match, especially with the chemistry they have.
So Amanda is now. I'm using my 1 card prediction pick for Amanda, and she said Joe. I hate to say AJ not going to win it, but I'm a big AJ fan. But I'm going with Joe.
I'm also looking at this match. Why is it not inside Hell in a Cell?
It's not? I thought it was in there. Hold up. Scratch that. I thought it was in Hell in a Cell.
No, it's not.
I'm going to go with AJ then.
You're going to go AJ.
That changes so much of my opinion. I thought it was Hell in a Cell. It should have been in Hell in a Cell.
It should be. And I don't even the next match we're talking about is... Yeah,
but because Hell in a Cell, it's always the Hell in a Cell process is always we use for silly reasons. It should be used... Like
Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. That one, but like Sheamus and Randy and Mark Henry a couple years ago, there was no reason to put those guys in Hell in a Cell because the storyline didn't demand it. But Joe and AJ, that story, I
thought that was a no-brainer at this point. But, WWE booking, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, for this match...
You going with AJ?
I want to go AJ.
It changes the fact now that it's not Hell in a Cell.
It does, but also Samoa Joe has been really on a roll.
Super Showdown. They mean
They're having a rematch there, and that's when they could crown Joe.
And then also at SmackDown 1000.
SmackDown, and also AJ Styles being the cover athlete for 2K. You want
2K
more eyes on him.
is coming out in 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. Oh, this one's difficult. Because, I want Joe to be champion. I want him to be WWE champion. But also, AJ Styles, as a marketing standpoint for Super Showdown and for 2K, it just makes sense for him to be champion. So I'm going to go AJ Styles.
All right.
I'm going to go AJ Styles. I know I dragged that out, but I'm processing it. I want Joe to have a big crowning moment. Super Showdown could be it.
SmackDown 1000.
SmackDown 1000 too. So the next and final match on the card, which is your main event.
And the only Hell in a Cell match. No, two.
This is the second Hell in a Cell match on this pay-per-view, go figure, is the WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns, who is your current Universal Champion, versus Braun Strowman, who is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract.
See, I feel like they missed a huge point of putting this show as heel when they came in. Everybody thought they were going to be heel. I feel like they should have put. I think that you want Roman to cheer, but you can have the Shield as heel. They should have done the Shield here, even though because you were getting so much seats.
Yeah,
people would be talking. People were talking about it when Dean Ambrose and Seth came back in the gear. So, but here's one thing though. I have a theory. Remember when Braun gave Baron Corbin the briefcase?
Yeah.
Baron Corbin was looking at the briefcase, and remember he failed to cash in his. So instead of putting it away, I think he's gonna hold on to it and cash it in, because he's still a competitor. He's not a gentleman.
Yeah.
So I think Baron Corbin down the line, maybe at Hell in a Cell, because this is a Hell in a Cell match. You can have Baron Corbin cash in on Braun and on Roman, or have Baron Corbin cash it in on Roman. But I'm gonna go with who am I going with?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. That's my pick.
Roman Reigns. And it's also I hate to see Braun Strowman go through this because he was white hot coming out of SummerSlam. I mean,
he was also white hot coming out of Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, this past year, Braun Strowman has been on a roll. He resonated with the fans. He's gotten over by himself. And, there's just no denying people want to see Braun as champion. Well, people thought he would dethrone Brock Lesnar.
I thought Nicholas helped him.
Nicholas. Shout out to Nicholas. But also, a weird stipulation in this match. Mick Foley is your special guest referee.
Why? Because it's been 20 years since he's been thrown off a cell. There's no reason of putting... You could have had Paul Heyman in the cell because it was supposed to be Brock Lesnar's rematch. That would have made more sense. Two people that face Brock Lesnar, have Paul Heyman be the referee, and then have Paul Heyman pick one of them as a Paul Heyman guy.
I just feel weird that Mick Foley is in this, and I feel like they wouldn't just throw him in there without a reason. You know what I mean?
It's WWE. They have no reason. They're just it's 20-year anniversary. Let's put Mick Foley in there. Why isn't AJ and Samoa Joe inside Hell in a Cell? For no reason. They're not in it. Yeah.
Also too, you're inside Hell in a Cell. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are going to get involved. There's somehow, some way. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre might get involved.
Yeah. Do
you think? This is a stretch, and I know people are going to be like, "Why do you think this?"
Why?
Pero por qué?
Where's Bray Wyatt? Where's Luke Harper?
Well, Luke Harper's on SmackDown. Remember, Eric Rowan got injured.
But you have the chance. You have the chance to reignite the Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, and Shield feud.
But
Mick Foley is in this match. Something's going to happen with him. What if he's going to get involved somehow, some way?
I don't think so, but Bray Wyatt has been working with a new gimmick. He's on the live thing, so maybe.
You know what? I'm going to go Roman Reigns retaining.
With shenanigans?
There's got to be shenanigans in this match. I don't see Roman Reigns beating Braun Strowman straight up. Do you think that maybe because you said that Corbin was holding the briefcase, do you think that it was just Corbin on Raw will be like, okay, that was your Raw Championship match, but I never officially cashed in your Money in the Bank briefcase?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't pass Baron Corbin got that character being that, and then he could cash in on himself.
I just feel like there's going to be heavy shenanigans. I feel like this match is going to be the swerve.
Maybe
Braun Strowman could win too.
I don't think so.
I know they want to groom Roman as the Universal Champion, the guy. Braun Strowman, he should have had his crowning moment earlier. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Roman Reigns, and that about does it here for the Running the Ropes podcast. I hope you all enjoyed our predictions, and leave a comment down below if you have any of your predictions or if there's anything else you want us to talk about here, because we obviously want to talk more about wrestling. We want to talk about maybe TNA, ROH, oh heck, we can even talk about the Bullet Club and Cody and All In and all that good stuff. But that about does it here for the Running the Ropes podcast, and we will see you next time.